In the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, landmines lurk beneath the surface like silent predators, threatening unsuspecting civilians and crippling agricultural progress. While the fighting may one day cease, the danger of these hidden killers will linger, leaving vast expanses of land potentially booby-trapped. Yet, amidst the despair and destruction, a ray of hope emerges from an unexpected source: Ukrainian farmers. How did these resilient individuals, who faced the grim task of defusing explosives in their own fields, turn their knowledge into a beacon of innovation? They have developed a groundbreaking mine-clearing machine, a symbol of ingenuity born from desperation. This device has proven its worth so much that it received certification from NATO, marking a significant achievement in Ukraine's demining efforts. The statistics are sobering. By mid-2025, reports from the Italian think tank Institute for International Political Studies estimate that over 53,000 square miles of Ukrainian territory could be littered with landmines and unexploded ordnance, an area larger than England itself. Approximately 1/4 of Ukraine's land poses a menacing threat, making it the most contaminated country in the world since World War II. Against this harrowing backdrop, how do individuals grapple with the burden of safety? Over 6 million Ukrainians live perilously close to these dangers, especially in agricultural hotspots like Kharkiv and Sumy, where over 40% of farmland has been deemed unsafe, costing the economy billions. The total wartime expenses on agriculture might soar as high as $80 billion. A figure that encompasses not just lost productivity but the costs of urgent demining operations as well. In response to this massive challenge, Ukraine has launched a robust demining program, mobilizing thousands of sappers and employing advanced technology. By 2024, undeniable progress saw nearly 13,500 square miles cleared, but the truth remains: the struggle with the remnants of war is far from over. It could extend well beyond a decade. As humanitarian and military demining teams work relentlessly, a grassroots initiative emerges. The mine-clearing roller, an invention made possible by collaborating farmers, responds to a direct appeal from the military. This prototype not only showcases the power of collaboration but also serves as a lifeline for farmers who have learned the hard way about these hidden explosives. Will this innovative machine change the tide of danger lurking in agricultural fields? The mine roller operates by engaging anti-tank mines safely, creating paths through the perilous landscape. As it rolls over a mine, the pressure mimics that of a heavy vehicle, triggering detonation without damaging the device. Such clever engineering, rooted in necessity, opens a door to renewed hope and safety in war-torn lands. As the story unfolds, communities rally together, pooling resources to build these machines. By September, financial support from 29 communities enabled the production of the first 8 units. This unyielding spirit and determination reflect the essence of Ukraine, a nation fighting back not just with weapons, but with ingenuity, hope, and the resilience of its people. How will this new chapter in Ukrainian agriculture and safety evolve? Only time will tell, but the synergistic efforts of its farmers and military could change the futures of countless lives who have been ensnared in this ongoing conflict. Imagine the vast swath of Ukraine's soil, 53,000 square miles tainted by landmines and unexploded dangers, an expanse bigger than England's full territory. Now, picture the haunting reality unfolding from there. You've read the grim stats, haven't you? Over a quarter of Ukraine's land scarred since World War II, making it the globe's most polluted battleground. In 3.5 brutal years, Russia seized only 18 to 20%, roughly 44,000 square miles. Yet, the warring armies have poisoned another 22% of the nation. More than 6 million souls endure life amid this peril, the fertile cores of Kharkiv, Sumy, and Zaporizhia bearing the heaviest burdens. Feel the chill of that? The crunch underfoot in once lush fields, now silent killing zones where children once played. Over 40% of Ukraine's farmland lies in ruin, 18 million hectares out of 42 million. Draining the economy of more than $11.2 billion in vanished harvests and trade. But the shadow looms larger, doesn't it? Agriculture bleeds not just from mines, but the war's full fury. According to the Ministry of Agrarian Policy and Food, the true toll hits a staggering $80 billion already. This sum swallows disruptions in supply chains, the grind of soil rebirth, demining toil, territorial wounds, and soaring bills for fertilizers and fuel. That acrid smell of burnt earth lingers, the distant rumble of conflict echoing in every delayed seed. As the clash stretches, the threat balloons, more ground claimed, more hell to cleanse. The cleanup stretches decades beyond 10 years, per a 2025 assessment on conflict fallout. But hold on, hope flickers amid the dread. Ukraine's demoning crusade ramps up, clearing nearly 13,500 square miles already, as per the ISPI report. They've enlisted 107 operators and a force of about 4,000 sappers, armed with hulking machines that claw back the land. By 2024, the momentum roared. Categories of clearance define the theater: frontline military demoning by sappers in hot zones, urgent emergency sweeps for immediate threats, handled by military, SESU, the State Emergency Service of Ukraine, or police squads and the State Special Transport Service, and distant humanitarian efforts, safer areas 12.4 miles from the fray, targeting civilian hubs, woods, estates, and infrastructure. In that pivotal year, Defense Ministry units purged 252,823 hectares of explosive trash, 90%, 232,105 hectares, agricultural gold. Sappers snaked demoning routes, 335 miles of highways, 101 miles of power veins humming faintly, 275 miles of rail tracks clacking lightly, 32.5 miles of pipelines gurgling subsurface. In all, 137,821 deadly items obliterated. Yet, this dance between forces escalates: SESUS efforts, police dives, National Guard charges, specialized transport pushes, border guards vigilance, and private firms in humanitarian zones. By year's end, the National Mine Action Authority unlocked private operators, birthing 151 vehicles and over 4,000 deminers. Focus honed on casualty hotspots, like Kherson, Mykolaiv, Kharkiv, Donetsk in the southeast, Sumy, Chernihiv, and Kyiv in the north, reviving towns, homes, and crops. To jolt humanity's pulse. May 2024 birthed a lifeline, reimbursing farmers 80% of demoning costs from invasion day. September expanded to 100%. Results stunned. Fast forward to 2025's August surge, sappers liberated 5,973 hectares, restoring farms, roads, 4.7 miles of them, power grids, 9.3 miles, and rails, 42 miles. A gasp-worthy 8,410 explosives erased. Still, amateurs risk it all in humanitarian voids, budget gaps, expert shortages, gear famines, while war rages. Farmers near the inferno couldn't stall. They'd dug fields free for years, burying 16% of landmine fatalities in Ukraine. Their agony forged genius, a grassroots mine trawler, built from local grit, no foreign aid. How did it birth? An army plea to frontline tillers birthed a prototype, self-funded by the earth themselves. When ready, an agrarian council rally scooped 12 million hryvnias, around $300,000, from 29 communities across Khmelnytsky, Mykolaiv, Kharkiv, Poltava, Dnipro, Cherkasy, and others. Khmelnytsky, 16 pockets deep. It passed NATO-certified trials, impressing the army for 23 orders. First 5 delivered by September's end, 3 more churning. Essence? Giant rollers mimic tank weight, detonating anti-tank traps and IEDs with mere shutters. 3-section units, 12 wheels apiece, hug uneven ground. As it advances, blasts erupt harmlessly, paving paths for troops. These rolls aren't novel, tracing to interwar eras, but torch-mounted on tanks or carriers. Ukraine stands alone. By mid-September, 8 units primed, 8 communities coins in play. The Agrarian Council, deminer certified, NATO code, armed forces approved. Army wowed. 23 units snapped. 5 arrived September's close, 3 flowing. Conflict surged, amateurs filled humanitarian gaps near lines and liberated soil. Resource voids, saber shortfalls, fund droughts plagued non-combat clears, low prioritized amid battles. Frontline farmers delayed planting, dreading perils they'd exorcised yearly. Yet, this lethal dance claimed 16% of Ukraine's landmine deaths among tillers, seeding pain into innovation. Army's innovator beckoned farmers share wisdom. A collective polished prototype, pockets funding. Refined, Agrarian Council mobilized funds, 12 million hryvnias, communities bankrolling. Khmelnytsky led, 16 locales. NATO certified, tech delivered to forces. Army enamored, 23 ordered. By September, 5 in hands, 3 forging. Roller mechanics, colossal cylinders crush mines via simulated tank pressure. Segmented units, wheel spreading weight, conquering ruts. Advancing, explosions shatter mines beneath, rolls unscathed, trail cleaving for followers. Historical ties, armor mounted since World War's interlude, push arms or forks fitting tanks, carriers. Not solitary like Ukrainian marvel. But what if this farmer's creation humiliates high-tech rivals? Think enemies' vaunted tanks, outwitted by tillers' toil. Will Ukraine's fields bloom anew, or hide deeper traps? Stay tuned, because the next revelation shatters expectations. The previous segment highlighted Ukraine's significant strides in demining, with nearly 13,500 square miles of land reclaimed. A dedicated force of over 4,000 sappers and 107 certified operators has been pivotal in this effort, supported by advanced mechanized tools. As 2024 unfolded, the momentum behind these demining initiatives rapidly intensified. In the ongoing battle against hidden dangers, Ukraine's demining efforts are categorized into 3 distinct operations. First, there's military demining, conducted in active combat zones by trained military sappers to secure areas for troops. Next comes emergency demining, focused on swiftly removing unexploded ordnance, a task typically undertaken by the military, the state emergency service, and specialized police units. Finally, humanitarian demining addresses civilian areas, ensuring the safety of fields, forests, and private properties at least 12.4 miles from active front lines. Throughout 2024, the Ministry of Defense's demining units cleared an astonishing 252,823 hectares of land, with nearly 90% of that being agricultural, key to the nation's sustenance. Military sappers also undertook significant projects, securing 335 miles of roads, protecting 101 miles of power lines, restoring 275 miles of railway, and managing 32.5 miles of pipelines. This effort led to the destruction of 137,821 explosive devices, opening pathways to a safer future. Moreover, private contractors joined the initiative, bolstering the demining process alongside governmental efforts. With the National Mine Action Authority unleashing a humanitarian demining market. New avenues opened for private operators. By the end of 2024, they boasted 151 specialized vehicles and over 4,000 deminers, amplifying the ongoing mission to clear Ukraine of its deadly remnants of war. As farmers join the fight, their personal stakes rise. How many will risk their lives while waiting for official assistance? Amidst these efforts, the air throbbed with tension. Each beep of machinery echoed with dread, reminding all that what lies beneath can still strike. Will their bravery yield the safety such a land desperately needs? In the backdrop of war-torn Ukraine, a daunting challenge looms, landmines silently lurking, claiming innocent lives and devastating fertile fields. Alongside various types of explosive remnants, these hidden killers have left hundreds of civilians, including young children, either dead or forever altered. While the conflict may come to an end, the threat of buried explosives will remain for years, with vast areas still requiring meticulous clearance. A glimmer of hope shines through the shadows, emerging from an unexpected source: Ukrainian farmers. They stand not just as victims but as innovators, channeling their heartbreaking experiences into a groundbreaking demining machine, the mine trawler. But how did this collaboration between farmers and the military come to fruition? The need was urgent. As farmers faced deadly explosives contaminating their lands before planting, they utilized their knowledge to design a solution. With the military's call for assistance, these farmers mobilized, pooling their resources to create a prototype machine. The results were extraordinary, a grassroots project fueled entirely by community support. But the scale of the problem is staggering. According to reports, by June 2025, Ukraine's contaminated land would span over 53,000 square miles, an area more extensive than England. Compounded by ongoing conflict, 40% of Ukraine's agricultural lands are affected, crippling the country's economy, with losses exceeding $11.2 billion. Each passing day exacerbates the crisis, making the need for demoning all the more critical. In May 2024, the government launched a program to reimburse farmers for 80% of their demoning costs, later increased to 100%. This coalition of effort has yielded impressive results. In August 2025 alone, Ukrainian military teams cleared nearly 6,000 hectares, restoring agricultural land and infrastructure vital for community resurgence. Yet, despite these strides, perilous amateur demoning persists. Farmers, particularly those closest to conflict, take risks to clear their fields. Tragically, around 16% of casualties from landmines are farmers, harsh evidence of the hidden dangers they face daily. So, as we dive deeper into this story, how did these farmers' experiences transform into a revolutionary machine that changed the landscape of demoning? What unexpected turns awaited in their journey? Join us as we uncover the powerful narrative of resilience, innovation, and hope amidst destruction. Amid the relentless clash of nations, where every grain of soil whispers secrets of devastation, Ukrainian farmers turned heartbreak into heroism. Could their grassroots miracle outsmart the war's deepest scars? Picture the sting of betrayal as Russia sowed death across the fields, bombs lurking underfoot, stealing lives and livelihoods. Yet, from this grim ordeal, a beacon emerged. Farmers, etched with scars from demoning their own lands, unearthed a game-changer. Their pain, once a silent cry muffled by exploding earth, now powered an invention born of desperation. Fueled by community spirit, 29 towns pooled over 12 million Ukrainian hryvnia, about $300,000, to birth 8 mighty machines. Think of it, a bottom-up revolt against landmine tyranny, where locals in Kamenets-Podilskyi, Mykolaiv, Kharkiv, Poltava, Dnipro, Ternopil, and Rivne pitched in, with Kamenets-Podilskyi alone rallying 16 communities. The Agrarian Council beamed as this beast passed state trials, earning NATO standard stamps for battle readiness. The Ukrainian army, eyes wide with awe, snapped up 23 units to counter Russia's humiliating legacy of contamination. By September's end, 5 rolled off the line, the rest simmering in factories, ready to flatten danger. But how does this farmer forged titan tame terror? Imagine massive drums forging ahead, mimicking the crush of tanks and hulking trucks to detonate anti-tank mines and makeshift bombs. Each unit splits into 3 sturdy parts, armed with 4 wheels each, spreading weight like a guardian's embrace over jagged terrain. Explosions roar harmlessly against the drum, vaporizing threats so soldiers and seeds can surge forth. As the reels spin, feel the tremor beneath your boots, smell the acrid bite of detonated foes. Will this rolling shield humiliate the invaders' traps anew? Or does a darker twist lurk, where more machines rise to reclaim every scarred acre? What if the farmer's gamble uncovers buried secrets long hidden? These rollers trigger deadly threats under their weight. Pressure detonates the horrors, sparing the machine. Now, tanks and vehicles follow safely. Explosions echo, but the path opens wide. What's the true terror in every rumble on contaminated soil? Is the spirit of a farmer stronger than Russia's explosive legacy? Can grassroots innovation outmaneuver dread that scars lives? Mine rollers trace back to the tense gap between the First and Second World Wars, a time of uneasy peace tainted by lingering fears. Yet, they've usually clung to tanks or armored carriers like parasites. Mounted via push-arms or fork setups, never stand alone like this Ukrainian marvel. On mounted versions, each flank boasts ranks of dense steel or polyurethane wheels, sometimes laced with girders for extra grind. They jab deeper pressure than the carrier's own treads. This forces pressure-fused anti-tank mines to blow under the rollers, not crippling the vehicle. Sense that crushing weight, the metallic tang of tension, the way your skin prickles from echoing booms. We can't glimpse every detail of the farmer's roller yet, but logic whispers it mirrors these core principles, adapted from Earth's gritty embrace. Picture the uneven jolt of rough terrain, wheels embedding deep, soil whispering resistance. Compared to dumpy detectors or clunky flails, rollers surge ahead. In hot combat zones, they verify routes under enemy stare. They pivot corners without skimping coverage, and hitch up for nimble dashes when threats fade. Rollers blitz paths faster than bleeding labor, and repurpose damaged ones in a heartbeat. Their 4 wheels hint at fields and wildwoods over front jawlines. But mounted rollers choke in muck and rocks, ineffective in Ukraine's tangled farmland and forests. Feel the sticky mire clinging to boots, the jagged stones biting bare feet. The farmer's roller, with its rugged design, conquers off-road where others falter. Oh, but these machines aren't isolated sparks of defiance. In October 2024, Ukraine's Ministry of Defense surged forward, classifying and incorporating over 17 demoning gear models into their ranks. 5. Proudly home-forged. These Ukrainian gems include armored engineering beasts, personal demoning packs, sleek pulse induction detectors that hum with promise, and farm-born rollers. The air thickens with pride and peril, foreign allies, Croatia's flails and rollers. Germany's fused countermining rigs. UK's plows and systems. US armored vehicles bolster the arsenal. What if this patchwork of innovation breaks the back of Russia's cruel plot? Imagine defeated foes whimpering at the onslaught. Yet, as fields bloom again, a dark twist lurks. Will the farmer's triumph spread before the next ambush strikes? The ground still pulses with unseen wrath, eager for your next footfall. What's melting under your feet right now? In the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, landmines lurk beneath the surface, hidden threats not only to soldiers but to innocent civilians, particularly children. This silent menace has already claimed innumerable lives and severely disrupted agriculture, an essential part of Ukraine's economy. As the smoke of war may eventually clear, the unseen dangers of landmines and unexploded ordnance will remain. But a beacon of hope arises from an unexpected place: Ukrainian farmers. These individuals, accustomed to navigating their fields while dodging bombs, have turned their practical experience into ingenuity. They have developed an innovative mine-clearing solution that has even garnered NATO certification. Before diving into the details of this groundbreaking machine, let's first understand the monumental challenge Ukraine faces regarding landmines. According to the Institute for International Political Studies, by mid-2025, more than 53,000 square miles of Ukrainian territory will be contaminated, an area larger than England. This staggering statistic reveals that a quarter of Ukraine is now cluttered with explosives from the war, making it the most landmine-contaminated nation since World War II. The conflict's toll on the agricultural sector is equally alarming. Over 40% of Ukraine's farmland has been affected, translating to economic losses exceeding $11.2 billion. With the cost of the war being closer to $80 billion when considering various disrupting factors, the impact on the long-term agricultural landscape is catastrophic. The likelihood of needing decades for comprehensive demoning only adds to the urgency of the situation. Despite this, Ukraine has made significant progress, clearing approximately 13,500 square miles of land. With a dedicated team of around 4,000 sappers and a range of demoning operations, including military and humanitarian efforts, Ukraine is steadily overcoming this daunting task. However, the risks remain high. Many farmers are still resorting to risky, unregulated methods to clear their own fields. The innovative machine created by farmers, a mine trawler, was born of necessity and urgency. Under the military's call to aid in demoning efforts, these farmers pooled together their expertise and resources to create a prototype, then crowdsourced support from their communities. This grassroots initiative led to the production of 8 demoning machines, now officially adopted by the Ukrainian army. So, how does this machine work? Envision this: large, robust rollers designed to detonate anti-tank mines simply by rolling over them, simulating the weight of a heavy vehicle. Unlike traditional mine rollers, which are typically mounted on military vehicles, this new design is a standalone solution that effectively minimizes risk as it clears pathways for troops and supplies. And here's the twist: the design allows for not just deactivation but creates a safer environment for returning civilians and rebuilding community infrastructure. Can you imagine the relief of farmers and families seeing their lands cleared of danger, ready to be productive again? As the conflict rages on, the need for demoning technology persists. Remarkably, the Ministry of Defense has already codified over 17 models of demoning assets, with 5 produced locally. These include a range of innovative tools, reflecting the resolve of the nation. Among these innovations is Zimi, a robotic vehicle capable of clearing explosive remnants with incredible precision. Designed to work in low vegetation, Zimi can even take on anti-tank mines, showcasing the country's remarkable adaptability amidst adversity. The future of Ukraine's land reclamation rests on initiatives like these, which are proof of creativity and resilience in the face of unimaginable challenges. With both grassroots innovations and substantial governmental support, Ukraine stands vigilant against the remnants of war, slowly transforming their fields from battlegrounds back into fertile, nurturing lands. How will these efforts shape the future of Ukrainian agriculture? Only time will tell. In Ukraine, the shadow of war looms heavily. Thousands of hidden landmines lie buried, waiting to claim their unsuspecting victims. These deadly traps have already caused devastating loss among civilians, especially children. Yet amidst this destruction, a ray of hope emerges from an unexpected source, the agriculture community. Farmers, directly affected by the war, are stepping up to tackle the demoning challenge. They have relied on their ingenuity and experience to design a groundbreaking roller, a machine capable of clearing mines while protecting their communities and restoring agricultural productivity. The innovation doesn't simply come from high-tech laboratories, it springs from the very fields where farmers have sown seeds amid danger. Before the war, farmers cleared their own land of explosives. Now, they've harnessed that vital experience to create a machine that's receiving recognition on a much larger stage, including NATO certification. The statistics paint a grim picture. Over 53,000 square miles of Ukrainian land is contaminated, a territory larger than the entirety of England. A staggering quarter of Ukraine is now a deadly maze, with more than 6 million people living nearby these hazards. With agricultural losses reaching around $80 billion due to the war, the urgency for solutions is palpable. In response, Ukraine has ramped up its demoning operations, enlisting nearly 4,000 specialists and leveraging new machinery. By 2024, reports show nearly 13,500 square miles have been cleared, but the battle is far from over. Ground-level demoning continues to face many challenges, especially as farmers brave contamination to clear their fields. This dangerous journey has led to the creation of the mine trawler, a collaboration between farmers and the Ukrainian military. Funded entirely by local communities, these machines symbolize resilience. They roll over hidden explosives, safely triggering them with a simple yet effective design. As the unit barrel rolls over the ground, it sets off mines without the risk of catastrophic damage to itself, providing a safe path for civilians and the military alike. The tension in this conflict doesn't only lie with the fighting, it's woven into every effort to reclaim lost lands. Farmers now work to clear their fields safely, knowing each trip can be life-threatening. With the mine trawler's invention, they've turned those lethal fields into hopeful landscapes, each operation inching closer to agricultural recovery. As these machines pave the way, more are in development, but will they be ready in time to save lives and restore livelihoods? Will these local initiatives pave a broader path for technological advancements in demoning, or is the cost of conflict set to outpace hope on the ground? The answers remain uncertain, but the spirit of innovation shines bright, illuminating a path through the darkness. In the heart of Ukraine, as the echoes of battle begin to fade, a silent yet deadly menace lurks beneath the soil, landmines. The remnants of war have claimed countless lives, injuring thousands, including innocent children. Amidst this chaos, Ukrainian farmers have transformed their tragic experiences into a beacon of hope. They have pioneered innovative solutions to grapple with the scourge of landmines that threaten their homeland and livelihoods. Before the ongoing conflict began to tear through farmland, these hardworking individuals faced the devastating challenge of clearing their own fields of explosive remnants. Yet, instead of surrendering to despair, they leaped into action, driven by the need to reclaim their lands. They designed a groundbreaking mine-clearing roller machine that has attracted international attention, including NATO certification for its effectiveness. The statistics are staggering. According to the Italian think tank ISPI, an estimated 53,000 square miles of Ukrainian territory is now contaminated with mines and unexploded ordnance, a shocking expanse larger than the entire country of England. Moreover, the war has devastated vital agricultural areas, costing the economy billions in lost productivity. Despite the toll, hope shines through as demoning efforts gather momentum, revealing a collective resilience and innovative spirit. In early 2024, Ukraine's arsenal boasted around 32 demoning machines. Yet, by year's end, that number had expanded to over 150, thanks to resources from Western allies and groundbreaking new developments rooted in local ingenuity. A substantial amount of over $1 billion has poured into humanitarian operations, facilitating the purchase of advanced machinery, protective gear, and essential transportation vehicles. Among these developments are two Swiss-made GCS-200 mine-clearing machines provided by the EU, named Nadia, Vera, and Lubiov to honor Ukrainian culture. Designed to operate remotely and equipped with robust armor, these machines can clear mines from a distance exceeding 9,800 feet. In July, the UNDP contributed 6 additional machines to further bolster the resources available to Ukrainian deminers, reflecting a growing international commitment to combating this hidden threat. Progress is visible, yet challenges remain daunting. Farmers risk their lives, using their experiences with explosive ordnance to create effective solutions for demining. Despite limited resources, their bravery and ingenuity serve as a reminder of the strength embedded within communities working together to overcome adversity. The fight for a safe Ukraine continues, each day unfolds with the promise of reclaiming land, restoring hope, and providing a future free of hidden dangers for generations to come. In the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, an unseen menace lurks beneath the surface: landmines. These silent killers, alongside other remnants of war, have claimed countless civilian lives, including those of innocent children. While the war will one day cease, the hidden dangers of buried explosives will remain, creating a daunting challenge for the nation. Vast tracts of land will require extensive clearance, threatening agricultural livelihoods and overall safety. But a glimmer of hope emerges from an unexpected source: Ukrainian farmers. These resilient individuals, who have long toiled in fields contaminated with deadly devices, have risen to the challenge. They designed an innovative mine-clearing machine that not only shows promise but has garnered NATO certification. Initially grappling with the extensive scope of the contamination, experts estimate around 53,000 square miles of Ukraine's land, an area larger than England, is riddled with dangers. With more than 6 million Ukrainians living in these perilous zones and 40% of the agricultural land affected, the toll on the economy is staggering: over $11.2 billion in losses from exports and productivity. The war has inflicted close to $80 billion in damage to Ukrainian agriculture due to disrupted logistics and increased costs. Despite the overwhelming odds, progress is being made. Ukraine has cleared nearly 13,500 square miles and trained thousands of deminers to conduct operations across various contexts, from military zones to humanitarian efforts far from combat. In 2025, military sappers knocked out over 137,000 explosive items while rejuvenating roads and agricultural land. Yet, the issue of dangerous amateur demining persists, especially among farmers who have been clearing their fields. Armed with hard-earned knowledge from past tragedies, these farmers proposed a solution. Collaborating under the aegis of the military, they pooled their resources to develop a groundbreaking mine-clearing roller, personally financing the project. By September, the teamwork of 29 communities enabled the production of 8 machines. The farmers' design showcases large rollers that safely detonate explosives, creating a clear passageway for safety personnel. This grassroots effort illustrates the remarkable ability of communities to adapt and innovate under pressure, leading to an urgent question: how can such initiatives shape the future of demining and agricultural safety? Indeed, as the conflict continues, the push for innovation is stronger than ever. New technology like drones equipped with artificial intelligence is on the rise, enabling better mapping of hazardous areas. There's an ongoing collaboration with a U.S. tech giant to enhance the efficiency of their operations. Already, the Landmines system, with its use of drones, is redefining the demining landscape, making the once treacherous task safer and more effective. As the war brings destruction, it also unveils the remarkable resilience and ingenuity of those affected. The struggle against these hidden dangers is far from over, but the triumph of human spirit and innovation shines through, promising a future where exploration and cultivation can resume safely. What further advancements await on the horizon as Ukraine battles its concealed foes? The answers could reshape lives and revive the nation. In June, a significant breakthrough emerged in Ukraine's demining efforts, spearheaded by the defense cluster known as Brave One. This initiative unveiled a state-of-the-art drone equipped with advanced artificial intelligence. Developed by Landmines, this drone possesses the ability to survey up to an astounding 107,000 square feet of mine-riddled terrain daily. Imagine the thrill of hovering above such hazardous ground, using RGB, infrared, and magnetometer sensors. The excitement intensifies as it integrates ground-penetrating radar, a technological marvel under development. The drone's core function is both groundbreaking and crucial. It detects explosive threats automatically, meticulously analyzing magnetic field maps to reveal hidden dangers. By sending radar pulses deep into the earth, it uncovers buried munitions, communications, and even caverns. Once it completes its delicate task, the data transforms, multiple highs and lows coalescing into a comprehensive model stored on a flash drive. The operator's heart races as they remove the drive, slotting it into a computer. Within a mere 5 to 10 minutes, a precise map emerges from the Landmines platform, lighting a path forward in the treacherous landscape. However, amidst these leaps in technology, questions arise. Are the days of manual demoning and farmer-operated machines behind us? The answer remains complex. The scope of Ukraine's demoning challenge is monumental. Despite impressive strides being made, the war's relentless chaos means that manual detection tools like sniffer dogs and handheld devices continue to play an indispensable role alongside the high-tech advancements. Indeed, while Ukraine is crafting an impressive demoning framework that could significantly reduce the timeline for clearance, every contribution is crucial. The farmer's role, honed through years of toil and tragedy, remains vital, proving that innovation often springs from the very soil affected by conflict. These farmers, familiar with the terror lurking beneath the surface, offer invaluable insight. As they join forces with cutting-edge technology, their past experiences become integral to navigating the present dangers. But as anticipation builds, a stark reality surfaces: how much longer will the farmland remain perilous? A lingering uncertainty hangs over Ukraine's heartland as each day ticks by. Will technology alone suffice to ensure safety, or does the human element carry the weight of these fields? The tension mounts. In Ukraine, the fight against landmines, often referred to as the hidden killers, continues as the conflict unfolds. While the war may eventually find resolution, the lingering threat of buried explosives remains a grim reality. Thousands of innocent civilians, including children, face the peril of landmines as Ukrainian farmland suffers devastating losses. As of mid-2025, over 53,000 square miles of Ukrainian territory lay contaminated with lethal remnants of war, making it one of the most affected nations since World War II. This dramatic situation places millions at risk and severely hampers agricultural productivity, with over 40% of farmland rendered unusable, costing the economy more than $11 billion in potential losses. However, amidst the devastation arises hope, from an unexpected quarter. Ukrainian farmers, who have long battled the dangers of explosive devices in their own fields, have ingeniously transformed their experiences into a groundbreaking solution. They designed a mine-clearing roller, which mimics the weight of military vehicles, to detonate landmines safely. This innovative machine, developed with local funding, caught the attention of the armed forces, who were eager for effective demoning equipment. The farmers' grassroots initiative was further energized by a governmental program reimbursing them for their demoning costs, ensuring that vital agricultural land could be reclaimed and made safe. Now, alongside these brave undertakings, advanced technologies are at work. Aerial detection systems utilizing artificial intelligence and complex sensors have emerged, significantly improving the speed and accuracy of demoning efforts. Despite these high-tech solutions, the reality remains that countless humans are required to approach the battlefield with courage and diligence. Armed with nothing but basic tools, ordinary people are essential in ensuring that the land is safe to cultivate. Industrial mowers, though effective, are costly and often fail when confronted with explosive traps. This ongoing struggle highlights the need for inventive solutions and collaboration, inviting the very farmers who risk their lives to potentially lead developments in demoning technology. The harmful legacy of war may seem insurmountable, but the determination of the farmers, who have turned their hardships into a beacon of hope, reminds us of the human spirit's resilience. Yet as they press forward, the question lingers: will their grassroots innovations be enough to clear the path toward a safer future for Ukraine?